Welcome back to Limitless Recap. Today I will show you an action film from 2017, titled Baby Driver. Spoilers ahead. Watch and take care. A red automobile arrives in Atlanta, Georgia, right in front of a bank. Buddy, John Hamm, Darling, Isa Gonzalez, Griff, John Bernthal, and Baby, their getaway driver, are among the three thieves inside Ansel Elgort. While Baby sings along to the song Bell Bottoms, the robbers break into the bank. The robbers return to the automobile a short while later. Baby leaves the location while the music is playing loudly in his ears. The car is being chased by the police all over the city, but Baby is able to avoid them by drifting the vehicle and performing wild stunts in rhythm with the music. Two additional red automobiles are passing while he is driving down the highway. Once they've made it beneath the bridge, Baby manages to elude the law and flee, but not before Griff forces him to stop in an alleyway. Just as Baby's song is about to end, he drives the car to a parking garage, where he and the criminals steal another vehicle and flee. Afterwards, Baby walks to the coffee shop while listening to Bob and Earl's Harlem Shuffle in order to obtain coffee for himself and the thieves. They are meeting with Doc, their boss, Kevin Spacey. Griff queries Baby's incessant music consumption. Doc uses the music to block out the buzzing and claims it is caused by a childhood injury that left him with tinnitus. Griff mistreats Baby in an attempt to scare him, but Baby never recoils. The criminals split up, and Buddy advises Baby to ignore Doc if he calls again. Doc instructs Baby to disregard that. Baby resides with Joseph, a deaf paraplegic, C.J. Jones. He conceals his portion of the stolen funds under a floorboard. Baby and Joseph converse with each other using sign language, and Joseph realizes that Baby is involved in a dubious enterprise. Baby creates music tapes in his free time by remixing the recordings of his encounters with Doc. He keeps all of his recordings in a drawer, but in the center is a unique tape with the name Mom. Infant visits Bo's diner. He hears Deborah Lily James, a lovely young waitress, performing a song. As she approaches to take his order, she catches sight of Baby's recorder. Baby inquires about Deborah's music as the two are conversing. Later, when he discovers the tune and hears it at home, Joseph deduces that Baby has met a female. For the upcoming task, Doc brings Baby in. He introduces Bats, Eddie, No-Nose, Flea, and J.D., Lanny June, to Baby, the new crew, Jamie Foxx. They are aiming for an armored truck. Baby is entertained by music as Doc outlines the strategy. Bats is the first to doubt Baby's talents, yet Baby can repeat Doc's strategy verbatim. This is the last task Baby and Doc need to complete for Baby to pay off a debt to Doc. The team assembles close to the armored truck. Doc requested Michael Myers masks from the Halloween movies, but J.D. receives Austin Powers' Mike Myers masks, further complicating matters. While the three go rob the truck, Baby sits in the car listening to music. The three criminals scramble back to the car after Bats kills the security guard. Infant tries to exit, but runs into a Marine's truck, Clay Donahue Fontenot. When the Marine opens fire on the thieves, Baby is forced to drive up against a wall to exit. They are forced to become stuck under a truck by the Marine's pursuit of them on the highway. Baby moves away to block Bat's direct strike at the Marine. As Baby wrecks his truck off the roadway, the Marine is lost. Due to gridlock, the thieves leave their automobile and steal a car from a mother who is holding a baby. Gede ultimately drops his shotgun amid the commotion. The group arrives at the parking garage and disperses to several vehicles. Bats queries Baby as to whether he intended for him to miss the shot. Bats is aware that Baby is lying when he says no. He threatens Baby with a gun while pointing it in his face. Baby goes back to Bo's diner to see Deborah again. They discuss how there are songs with their names, such as Deborah and Deborah, whereas there are many songs about Baby. Baby visits Doc's hiding place to collect his share of the proceeds from the assignment. There are only Bats and Eddie present. The automobile with JD's body inside is then destroyed by Doc and Baby. While driving to the junkyard, the baby experiences a childhood memory flashback. He had a tight relationship with his singer mother, Sky Ferreira. They argued, his father assaulted her, and they were involved in a deadly vehicle accident. A new position for Baby is pizza delivery driver. He is able to begin their social interactions. Doc, who still needs Baby as a driver for additional robberies, approaches him though. Doc warns Baby that he might harm Deborah. Baby agrees grudgingly. They share their first kiss when he brings Deborah home. Doc takes Baby to the post office where the next theft will be planned. So that Baby won't appear strange going there alone, he makes him enter with his nephew Sam Broganhall. Sam investigates the area so Baby may tell Doc the details. Before going back to Doc's car so Baby may provide information for Doc to organize the robbery, they have a brief interaction with a pleasant teller, Allison King. Baby plans to drive far away and not turn around when she calls Deborah. She accepts it. Then, in a black and white vision, Baby sees Deborah waiting for him by a car. Doc gathers Buddy, Darling, and Bats as his crew despite his own rule against utilizing the same crew for more than one theft, with Baby serving as the getaway driver. Doc directs the group to get weapons from the butcher, a known arms dealer, Paul Williams. Baby stops at a convenience store on the way to meet the butcher so Bats can enter. Buddy and Darling, a married couple, had a fling in the back seat. Buddy becomes irritated when Darling reveals that Bats gave her a strange look. He then asks whether she wants him to kill Bats, but Darling replies that she doesn't before the theft. Then Bats returns carrying the entire box of gum that was taken. The group meets the butcher and his thugs at a warehouse. The butcher displays to the team his extensive collection of rifles, firearms, and even a few hand grenades. Bats realizes the butcher and his guys are law enforcement after spotting the letters APD on the side of one of the gun cases. A shootout that is perfectly timed to Tequila by Button-Down Brass occurs after Bats shoots the butcher. Most of the butcher's men are killed by the crew, but Darling receives an arm wound. Bats claims that Buddy and Darling were officers in response to their criticism of him for beginning the shootout. One of the victims attempts to escape by standing up, but the thieves shoot him, and Bats adds a grenade to the mix. Bats instructs Baby to stop at Bo's Diner on the way back to Doc's. Baby declines because she fears they will harm Deborah, but Bats coerces Baby into going. As Deborah sees them, she notes that Baby seems anxious. She accepts their order while keeping the other customers in the dark about her and Baby's friendship. Bats is still being criticized by Buddy and Darling after what he did. Bats queries Baby about his familiarity with Deborah as they prepare to leave. He rejects. Baby grabs Bats' hand before he can do anything foolish as he stands up and pulls out his revolver. Baby gives Deborah the check, her gratuity, and a note that reads, "Road trip 2 a.m." as the crew disperses. The team goes back to Doc. He is aware that something was wrong. Bats informs him that the butcher and his associates were police officers, but Doc already knew this since they were paid by him. Bats makes up the story that they fired first, which Buddy and Darling support. Baby grudgingly urges that the theft proceed according to plan when Doc asks if the heist should or shouldn't take place. Buddy and Bats pursue Baby when he tries to leave at 2:00 a.m. to meet with Deborah. Bats takes out Baby's recorder and knocks him unconscious as they start becoming suspicious. After Bats and Buddy remove all of Baby's tapes from his apartment, Baby awakens at Doc's table. Despite his claims that he didn't harm Joseph, Bats is seated in the wheelchair. Baby is questioned by Doc about the cassettes, but when he plays the one he recorded after the initial heist, he shows that they are merely music tapes. Deborah is left waiting for Baby in the meantime. The group goes to the post office the following morning to start the theft. Bats is meant to sneak around the back while Buddy holds Darling hostage. Baby recognizes the teller he met the day before as he waits in the car. Baby shakes her head at her as if to caution her while she waves and smiles at him. A short while later, the teller returns with a guard. Just before the robbers return, he taps on Baby's window. The guard is killed by Bats, and the police are en route. Despite Baby's hesitation, the robbers insist that he drive. Baby accelerates into a truck with a steel bar sticking out as Bats points his shotgun in his direction, impaling Bats as a result. Buddy, Baby, and Darling all make off after it. The police pursuit of Baby around the city is timed to focus Hocus Pocus. Baby tries to alter his look and burglarize several vehicles. Buddy and Darling cross paths with Baby once more as the police close in. While the police have them encircled, the couple makes an attempt to flee with Baby. Darling fires at the police, who retaliate by shooting her dead. Buddy loses his cool and starts shooting at the police as Baby flees. He borrows an elderly woman's automobile, Andrea Fry, but returns her purse. She's surprised. Joseph is on the floor when Baby gets back to his flat, but he's fine. He gathers what little cash he has and drives Joseph to a nursing facility. Baby expresses regret to Joseph for not keeping his promise to protect him from harm. Police are still looking for Baby, so he runs. When Baby rushes to Bose to get Deborah, Buddy is waiting for him with a revolver at the counter. He threatens Deborah and demands that Baby pay the price for causing Darling's death. A policeman walks into the restaurant but stops to use the restroom. When Buddy is diverted when Deborah's coworker comes out to inquire about everything, Baby shoots him in the chest and flees with Deborah. They rob two males who are vaping, then they drive to Doc's. As the cop returns to check on Buddy, Buddy kills him with a shot. Doc is ready to cut his losses with Baby when Baby and Deborah meet with him, but Baby begs for his assistance and tries to give Doc the stolen money. In order for Baby and Deborah to escape, Doc gives in and permits Baby to take the money. After they exit the elevator, they come upon some of the butcher's men who are armed. Despite taking 2 shots, Doc still manages to murder all 3 men. Buddy then shows up in a stolen patrol car and starts playing Brighton Rock by Queen, saying that this is Baby's murder song. He twice runs Doc over while chasing after Baby and Deborah. Prior to attempting to run Buddy over with another vehicle, Baby attempts shooting at him. Buddy's car falls many floors to the ground when Baby rams it against the railing. Buddy, who had just escaped, defends Baby by firing around his ears. He targets Deborah, who has a crowbar and is attempting to grab Buddy. Buddy is shot in the leg by Baby when he recovers himself and takes his gun, which causes him to fall onto the burning car and explode. Deborah plays the cassette of Baby's mother singing while driving Baby far away in the morning. When they realize they have Baby in custody, they observe that the cops have set up a barrier. Baby decides to give up despite Deborah's attempts to flee. For his involvement in the heists, Baby is put on trial. Deborah, Joseph, the post office teller, and the one whose car Baby stole all make statements. They all think of Baby as a decent kid who made some poor decisions but never intended to hurt anyone. Baby is given a 25-year prison term with a 5-year parole window by the judge. Baby receives postcards from Deborah, who has learned that Baby's real name is Miles, while he is incarcerated. When Baby is released, they intend to visit the locations on the cards. Next, in a scene that seems almost dreamlike, we witness what appears to be Baby's earlier fantasy of Deborah waiting for him. The image then changes from black and white to color to show that Baby has been released from prison 5 years later. After approaching Deborah, he kisses her.